Good evening. Thank you so much for such a warm introduction. I hope you can hear me. It's really an honor to be here this evening. I have to confess that this is my first time in Union. I know. It's funny because I've been in South Jersey for quite some time, but I always sort of just go by. I get on the turnpike, I get on the Garden State, and I go all the way down or up, and then I get on the thruway when I used to go to college upstate. So I've been by so many times, but I'm happy to say that on tonight, I can say that this is the best night to be here with you tonight, because thank you. I'm very passionate about women's issues, what concerns women, what they're passionate about. Back when I was with NABO South Jersey, the National Association for Women Business Owners, I sort of went up through the rank, finally became the president of the organization. So women's concerns and causes and issues are very important to me. So I'm happy that I get to sit in tonight for this event. So thank you so much. Thank you. I do have some prepared remarks, but I do want to just make a few acknowledgments, if I may. First, I'd like to take a moment to say thank you to the mayor and her team for inviting me. As I was preparing for my speech and doing some research, it's interesting, I have to say it's interesting how things happen. When I read the mayor's background, her story read similar to mine. And as women, we've been sort of dealing with certain things for quite some time. Her parents and grandparents came ahead of her, as so many immigrant families do, and one or two or a few come and they work and they save, and then they bring the rest of the family. And that is how I got here myself, way back in the 80s when my mom came ahead of all of us, worked for about 2.5 years, saved enough, and then 8 of us took an American Airlines flight from Jamaica to get here. So I just want to say I've read the mayor's background, and I'm just so proud of the work that she's done and the work that she's doing in Union. Thanks as well to the Deputy Mayor, Mayor Florio, and to Natalie as well, who I've been in contact with over the last several weeks. Thank you all for putting this really great event tonight. And a few more acknowledgements to Senator Cryan, Assemblyman Holly, Freeholder Garrettson, and to all the Assembly people, council members, committee women and men. Thank you so much for having me here this evening. Thank you. It's an honor. And on tonight, now to our Shiras, the very reason we're all gathered here this evening. I'm here because, as I said, I'm honored to be here to celebrate women. Anything having to do with women causes, the things we care about, the things we're passionate about. And so I'm honoring tonight, as you are, women who care, women who are concerned, women who choose to do more than simply want it or wait for it, but rather women who step up and into the change they seek. Passionate women, tenacious women, ambitious women, everyday women like you and me, yet extraordinary women. I speak tonight to the business women, the educators and advocates, the mothers and mentors, the visionaries and volunteers, women who devote their time, talents, and expertise, resources to causes they care about, women who take up the charge because of the value they place on community, women who commission themselves to be the solution to the world's problems, the problems facing their communities, their neighbors, their families, and friends. Throughout our history, women have long understood that it takes a village to institute great change. Yes, it does. And that everyday people, you, me, regular folk, women that are here tonight can be that change. They are the change makers. Women who understand that change doesn't have to be big, but it must be impactful. They understand quite clearly that change is inevitable. And since progress must be made, Rather than stand in the way, they choose to lead the way. These leaders among us, these heroes, are sheroes, women who in their own way, in their own right, and their own style, stand on the platform they've been given and use it as an opportunity to give back. Women who insert themselves into the system to ensure that they're part of the conversation because their voices matter. Women who work their way up and into the room because they know the importance of having a seat at the table. Women who invest in themselves because they know the value of a good education. Women who start, own, or operate a business because they know small businesses are the engines that fuels a growing economy, and economy brings work and stability. Volunteers and activists who take up the banner and fight the good fight, because if not me, then who? Call it female intuition, motherly instinct, or that innate quality, nurturing quality that we, all of us as women, possess. That ability to take everything that you were born into, or everything that has been thrown at you, and make something out of it, in spite of it. Like Mayor Cavadas, whose parents and grandparents came here because they esteemed better for their families. Women who made tremendous sacrifice, leaving the comforts of home behind, a hard thing to do. Even loved ones venturing off into the unknown, into a new country, a new culture, with the hope of securing a brighter future. Working any job just to feed families and themselves. Working for little pay, long stretches, even years before being reunited. These are the faces of our sheroes, women who are willing to make the tough choices when necessary, women who dream big, work hard, and are committed to accomplishing their goals. Now, any woman who has ever attained any great thing knows that it takes to get there, what it takes to get there. The years, the tears, the sweat, and the sacrifice. They know that for every triumph that you see or we see, they had to overcome some trials. For every win that you see, the war that was waged and the fight they had to fight to make it through. Too often, we look for someone to save us, not these women. These strong women, resourceful women, brave women recognize that they are it, that I can make a difference right here, right now, right where I stand. And so tonight, on this Women's History Month, I stand with the mayor, all the dignitaries and officials, and all of you to salute our 2018 sheroes. We thank you for caring. We thank you for sharing the best of you, for giving your time, your talents, and your efforts, and your passion, for the work that you do in the office and on the streets, in the classroom and on the committees. We thank you for your commitment and your contribution to making our country, our state, our town a better place to live, learn, and do business. I leave with you these words from some very famous women. I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, are familiar with them. And I say these words to encourage you, to remind you why you started in the first place, and to inspire you to continue on, to persist and persevere, to press towards the promise that each of you hold within your heart, not just for your own families, but for your fellow man. And it is this: when you stop to reflect on your service, be encouraged as you recall these words by Anne Frank. How wonderful it is that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world. When the journey gets tough and a little doubt creeps in, as it absolutely will, stand still, close your eyes, and picture in your mind's eye Eleanor Roosevelt with her hand on your shoulder as she whispers in your ear, "You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face." And when you look back and reflect on just how far you've come, the lives you've touched, and the difference you have made, square your shoulders, hold your head up, and take pride in hearing Susan B. Anthony say, "It was we, the people, not we, the white male citizens, nor yet we, the male citizens, but we, the people who formed the Union." This Women's History Month, we honor you. 5 outstanding women who are impacting lives in a positive way, we celebrate you. To Sharon Patel, or Shiro in business, through your fine establishment and amazing customer service, you and your staff at Patel Printing continue to add to the fiber of Union. To Adrian Miller Kubich, for your work in helping to create a beautiful place to live and for our children to grow. To Ernestine Fry, who continuously demonstrates what can be accomplished when concerned citizens come together to make a difference. And to Kim Conti, for helping to educate, steer, and to guide the next generation of leaders. And speaking of the leaders of tomorrow, or young Shiro in training, who has captured the hearts of many through powerful words put to paper, author Deja Edmonds. Each of these women exemplify what it means to be a hero, someone who is admired for their courage, their bravery, and their achievements. To each one of you, I say, we all say, thank you. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your service. Your selflessness had made this union, your union, better in every way. Thank you and congratulations on a well-deserved honor. God bless you.